Good morning, everybody. We are back on the bus. I have a used steering box here that we're going to put on here. Hopefully it'll work. Hoses are in a little bit different location. Both hoses are up here rather than one being down here. What else? I think that might be the only difference. We're going to find out though. And first I'm going to start with taking the hoses off because, man, there's something really weird going on in here. We will take this thing apart and see if we can figure out what's going on, because it has okay power steering when it is idling, but then when you're on the highway and this thing is revved out, it's just, there's nothing there. So it's pretty weird. It's a weird problem to me anyways. So yeah, I'm gonna pull the lines off first, make sure there's nothing weird going on there, and then we'll pull the steering shaft from the steering wheel here. We'll get that off of there. We'll get the pitman arm off. That's probably gonna be a huge pain in the butt, but we'll see. Maybe it'll come off easy. And then we'll take the box off. So that's what's happening. Let's get some tools. That one's free flowing. Okay, let's hit it with the old impact. That's a rusty one. Oh, it's bigger. Bigger than 5/8. All right, let's see if we can get this bolt out of here. Go. It seems to rotate nice and freely. Okay. Don't have a problem there, I don't think. Okay. All right. Get that monster of a bolt out of there. So far we got 2 bolts to take this thing apart. 2 hoses. 2 hoses and 2 bolts so far. Oh man, how am I gonna get those big sockets if my impact is dead? Okay, let's see. So let's see if this thing just wants to come off or what. Oh yeah. That's pretty much what I was hoping for. That it would just want to slide off. Man, there's so much grease right here. Alright, since my battery's dead on my snap-on gun, I got the air. 15/16 or inch and 5/16. Got it. Big parts. Big bus. But wait, I have discovered something. Probably isn't in the box. And I'm guessing that this problem exists because the bus just sat forever. So here, steering joint goes fine in this direction. It is absolutely frozen going in the other direction. So I have to get this shaft off of here, and then we're gonna have to find this little tiny U-joint, replace it, and I might put the other box back in first. I'm gonna go ahead and turn it over and make sure there's nothing wrong with it. And but we're gonna get this out of here. I'm pretty sure that this is the problem, because it feels super notchy when you turn the wheel, and that's because this U-joint has to turn every time you turn the wheel. So I may have just taken all of this apart for no reason. So let's see. We got to get this clamp off of here. See, I was pretty sure it was something weird because it has so low miles on it. I was just under there looking at the oil filter, and the last time the oil filter was changed was 2018, and it had like 2,300 miles on it at the time. And I bought it with 2,600 miles on it. So since 2018 to recent, it's only had, well, until I bought it, 300 miles put on it. And then now it's got 3,000 miles on it. Come on. There it goes. All right, I'm gonna start seeing if I can find this little tiny U-joint, or see if I can maybe free it up. The U-joint is held in with these 4 little snap rings that go in here, so I managed to get all those out. And now I'm gonna whack this U-joint out of here. So a couple different ways to do it. So I'm gonna try keep it as simple as possible here. Along with all the needles. Thing is just as dry as it can be. Okay. Now we're gonna have to get a punch or something. Oh, this guy. There's our cap. Here's our shaft. Now we got to get this guy out of here. So that's going to take us clamping this in here and whacking on it. See if we can get it out. Nope. Basically need to support it. Well, I'm going to take this over to the press. We're going to press this out. I'm making this job way more difficult than I need to. Look, that one popped too. Jeez, these things are just brittle. Of course, those were the ends that were all seized up too. You can see how rusty these all are. I mean, both sides were dry, but this side was dry and completely rusted out, so. Now, of course, I'm gonna have problems getting it out because these caps need to get out in order to get this thing out. And right now I got a busted cap in there. So I gotta get a socket to push that out. Maybe I can squeeze this out. Nah, doesn't look like it. There it goes. There's our cap. So it's the next day and I've got our new little joint here. So let's bust it out and I'll show you what we're dealing with here. This little tiny U-joint was 28 bucks. But we got brand new with new snap rings. We got to make sure that we got grease in these caps, which it looks like it's got lots of grease, which is good. That one that was in there, I'm pretty sure they missed the grease on one of the caps. And that's what caused this whole thing. Because that cap was completely dry, and then when it sat like that and rusted up, just had nowhere to go. So those look good. Nice amount of grease in there. We got our snap rings here. First, we're going to start leaving those two on. Squeeze that guy in there. We put the U-joint into the cap so that way the bearings don't just fall out. In fact, let's just go ahead and use this guy here. Let's see. Okay, I gotta push it. So one of the secrets is, so this applies to the big joints too. So when you go ahead and push that cap in there, you want to put your snap ring in for one, and for two, that helps to push this up higher so that when you put this cap on, you also hopefully don't lose any needle bearings. So let's go ahead. I'm going to push this in a little bit just to get it going, and then we're going to put that snap ring in there. Okay. These snap ring pliers, that's probably one of the big downsides to them, is they don't actually squeeze enough sometimes. Okay, so we got that snap ring in there. That's seated in there good. So we're going to press this one all the way into there, and there should be enough room to put the other snap ring in there. Okay. Now I got to push that in. There we go. Ha. Just used my punch and punched it. Okay. Alright, so that one's in. You're losing these caps. Sometimes it's a good idea just to set those ones you're not using off to the side. We go like this. Okay, so next, you're going to go ahead and slide that U-joint in there. Right? You're going to pick it all the way up to the top here. You're going to set that guy in there. And then, I'm actually just going to use a hammer on this because it's going to be a lot easier. The hammer method gives you a much higher risk of losing a needle bearing, though, I'll tell you that much. I'm going to go ahead and flip it, put this cap in. Okay. Okay. Now we're getting somewhere. Let's pound this down till we can put the clip in. And put that in there. Okay, that's good. Now we flip it over, hammer it back in that direction. Oh, that's not enough. Because it doesn't really seem like it. Alright, it's not quite enough for that cap to sit in there, or that clip to sit in there. So I'm going to use this little punch and hopefully we can bring it in. Okay, so now okay, got our clip in there. Oh yeah, that feels good. It loosened up nicely. I got no issues with that. Okay. Now, hopefully, we'll be able to steer. But a lot of times, you know, you'll put this together and one of the sides will be stiff because you kind of have it worked off to one side. So you kind of whack it around a little bit, you know, whack the ends of the caps and just try and loosen it up and get the thing in there evenly. But this one feels super nice. So okay, so now I gotta fix, well, not fix, but I'm gonna put this original box back in the truck, or back in the bus, so you guys don't need to watch that. I'll come back at you when we're putting this shaft back in, or when we're finishing assembly on the box. But I'm gonna go ahead and take that used one out of there and put this original one back in. It looks good, the fluid looks good. Let's check it out. So before it was real notchy. Now, smooth as butter. So let's take it for a ride and see how it does. Great, no complaints. We're gonna get it on the freeway just to make sure, but I think the reason that it felt harder to steer on the freeway is because you want to turn the wheel less and you're stuck in that one spot on that U-joint where it's rusty and you don't want to go and yank the steering wheel when you're traveling too fast. So that's why it felt worse on the freeway, pretty sure. So far everything feels super nice. Normal, at least. Gotta love the air brakes. If this is your first time tuning into a bus build, this bus here is a 2001 Thomas built. I should probably turn my fan off. Thomas built Freightliner chassis. It's got a 7.2 liter cat diesel. And the special thing about this bus is it's a low mile bus. I bought it with 2,600 miles. It now has 3,031. So it's a good bus. And it's kind of weird that it was having a steering issue in the first place, considering how low miles it is. go, 65. Between 65 and 70 is about where, that's about all it's got. You know, I can push it to 70, it'll stay at 70-ish, but as soon as you hit a hill, 65 or less. Okay, I wanted to show you guys, I was under here and I saw this 5, 10, 18, 2,395 miles done by JH, whoever that is. So yeah, this thing is real deal. You know, 3,000 miles. It's still, you know, even with only 3,000 miles, it leaks, you know, it seeps at least. And then the fact that it's, you know, 20 years old, you know, doesn't make everything perfect, even though it has 3,000 miles, but definitely is nice. It's good. It's good to have a low mile rate. So yeah, I think that might be it for now. We'll get the seats out of this thing next, and my plan is to you know, get the seats out, get the windows out, and just get ready for raising the roof on this thing, because that's the next thing that needs to happen. Well, plus we need to knock out the back section where we're gonna have the flatbed for the car. We'll have to knock out everything back there, and then we'll move that forward, or move some of the pieces of that forward to help with the roof raise. And we're gonna have to build some sort of structure back there too. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned if you want to see some more bus content, because it's coming up. Thank you guys for watching. We'll catch you in the next one.